Good morning. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers. And my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them to be focused, be consistent, and be productive in their e-commerce business. Our topic today is going full-time on Walmart. So in order to be a full-time seller on Walmart, it is in some ways similar to being a full-time seller on Amazon, but there are some differences. So the assumption is, as I go through this list, is that you at least already have your account established and you at least know how to create a listing. And you've already sourced some products, or you know how, at least preliminarily, how to source products. So let's take a deeper dive into what it's going to take to become full-time. So we assume that you've already sort of started. You may not be making as much progress, but if you are, great. But if you aren't, the first thing to become a full-time seller on Walmart, in other words, to get full-time income, is you got to learn the platform. You got to know their guidelines, their rules, their policies, know what reports are available to you, what the performance matrix are, or what your obligations are. And you got to have a better understanding of how to create listings. Creating listings on Walmart is different than creating listings on Amazon or on eBay. So you need to know what it takes to create a good listing. Next, after you kind of make sure that you understand what your obligations are to the platform and what you can and cannot do, then if you've already been sourcing and you've already been doing some product research, you've got to continually work on improving your product research and sourcing skills and knowledge. The reason is because even though Walmart has much lower competition than Amazon, being able to do product research really well and find those products that are going to draw the customer, that's going to solve a problem, that's going to help those impulse buyers find your thing. That's going to be extremely important. So you've got to do good product research. You got to find that price point that's going to help you to be able to be profitable. And you've got to find reliable places to source. If you don't find reliable places to source and you're just sourcing from any Tom, Dick, and Harry, you might run into some problems there. So you want to find reliable places to source, and that's going to also help you not get into trouble with the platform. You don't want to be pulling up to Bob's truck behind a convenience store to get your inventory. You need to find some really reputable or reliable sources for inventory. So whatever your source method is, make sure that it's good and make sure that you're doing, really good. You're getting better at your product research. You're always continually searching for that thing that customers are looking for or want to buy, or those things that don't exist on Walmart, because you're going to have a lot of those opportunities where there's products that the listing does not exist. And so those are product opportunities for you as well. The next one, and some of this, you could potentially use some software to help you with this. There's some great software that's out there. DataSpark and Helium 10 have made some, DataSpark has been a great resource tool for Amazon sellers for a while. But Helium 10 has incorporated Walmart over the last year or so. And so, again, just getting better at that product research and finding those things that don't exist on Walmart that customers really, really want, and getting good suppliers to provide that to you. So next is you need to develop and implement a strong customer service and fulfillment plan. Here's the deal. On Walmart, you are the customer service, unlike on Amazon. So your customers are going to have more of an opportunity to have direct interaction with you, more so than you do on Amazon. So that means you've got to have a solution in place if you plan on making this full time. You've got to be able to respond to customer questions in a timely manner, to deal with refunds and returns, and deal with, respond to reviews. You've got to be able to also respond to Walmart directly in a timely manner as well. So having a strong customer service plan in place, and then also fulfillment. Walmart wants your orders fulfilled in a timely manner. So do the other platforms, but a lot of people, they will do Amazon FBA. And so it makes it easier. You got a little more leniency over on the eBay side, but you still want to get your shipments out in a timely manner. Walmart is all about getting your shipments out in a timely manner, big time. So if you're not going to use WFS, you need to make sure you have a fulfillment plan. How are you going to get this product to the customer? That's a reliable either process, whether you're doing it yourself or somebody else is doing it. You got to have that in place as well. Next, you need to know your numbers. This is so important. You need to know what products are going to be profitable to you, what your sales stats are at all times, what your margins are that you're making. The great thing about selling on Walmart is that you have an opportunity to pay lower fees than you do on Amazon. Amazon's referral fees are higher than Walmart's. So this is your opportunity to make some more money, or at least, make a little bit more money than you do on Amazon. So you need to know your numbers. You also need to know what your income requirements are. What is it going to take for you to keep the lights on and keep water coming out of your faucet? How many sales do you need to make per day? And what's your average ROI per sale? What are your numbers? On any platform, you really need to know your numbers in order to make this full time and to make it your thing. So you need to figure that out. And then you also need to figure out your cash flow. Reinvesting into your business after you get sales. What percentage are you going to reinvest? How much are you going to pocket? How long do you have to do this before you can get to the place where you can pocket? Maybe it's 3 months of consistency, and then you can begin to take money out, maybe 20 or 10, 15, 20% out, and then, reinvest the rest. So you need to figure out what your cash flow plan is. You got to know your numbers. There's going to be so many different numbers that you need to know. So pay attention to that data. Next, you need to master the art of creating good listings to help you drive organic traffic. Walmart wants you to have good listings. Walmart wants to help you with organic traffic. You have a better chance of your listings automatically showing up in the Google search just as a Walmart seller than you do on Amazon, which is great because Walmart a few years ago partnered with Google, and so did Shopify. Shopify also partnered with Google. And so, again, you have a really good chance of your listings just showing up in the organic search. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. The way you create listings on Walmart and the way you create listings on Amazon are slightly different. Amazon's category structure is stronger than Walmart's, so you're going to have to use more keywords and more specific words in your listings on Walmart. Okay, and so you can't just use the exact same title to get traffic to your listing that you have on your Amazon listings if you're still selling on Amazon. So you got to get good at your listings, okay? Your titles, your descriptions, all of that stuff. And your images, of course. Make sure your images are good, big, the full image. So, good listings. Next, you will need to identify and create a game plan to address any of your weaknesses as a seller on Walmart. Look, as a seller in general, there's going to be things that you do really, really well and you execute well, and there's going to be things you don't. So you're going to need to figure out what are those things, and maybe there's an opportunity later on to like outsource that wherever you're not strong, or put together a game plan. Use some software to help you to get better at different things. But you do need to put together a game plan to address the areas that may be impacting your ability to scale up and to become a full-time seller. Wherever those are, try to work on solutions for that. So if you're really bad at SEO and titles, maybe you use some software for that. If you're really bad at creating listings, maybe you use some software to create that, or you hire someone to do your listings. If you're really bad at taking pictures, again, figure it out where you're weak and put together a game plan to address those. Next, you need to establish routines. Establishing routines around your business operations is extremely important. Creating a schedule around that. You also need to get organized and stay consistent. So, establishing a routine, being organized, and staying consistent is so important in order for you to become that full time seller that you want to be and use Walmart as your primary source. So, staying on top of that, staying on top of your responses to your customers is really important. Making sure that you're following Walmart's guidelines is really important. Staying consistent on creating new listings and sourcing good inventory is really important. So you're going to need to build a schedule around this business. You need to determine how many hours per day and per week you're going to work in your e-commerce business, and you got to be committed to that window of time. Next, you're going to outsource or streamline some things. You've got to become efficient and the things that you do to run your e-commerce business. So there's going to be things you're going to outsource, whether you outsource to a physical person, a service, or a piece of software more than likely you're going to outsource some things in your business over time in order for you to buy back some of your own time, but also to address some of your weaknesses that you may not be as strong in or maybe not as responsive or fast enough in. The other thing is, you want to streamline the things that are taking a lot of time. Figure out how to execute those things faster or to be able to, um, just get better at those things. And then last but not least is you need to embrace the administrative side of the business and pay attention to the data. The data is going to help you to make the money on eBay. You have Walmart. You have lower competition on Walmart than you do on Amazon. Walmart is now taking over slot number 2 over eBay as far as the top e-commerce buying platform. So they've taken over the slot of number 2. They haven't quite hit number 1, but they did do some damage to Amazon on the Black Friday, the morning of Black Friday, because they actually got more traffic, ironically, than Amazon did on the morning of Black Friday. I thought that was really interesting. There was a news article about that. So again, your opportunity to become a full-time seller is, you know, based on or predicated on just getting better at these 9 things that I've listed and kind of outlined. Put together your numbers so that you know what you're shooting for, and then pay attention to the data so that you know whether or not you're on track to make this your full-time gig. That's whether or not it's gonna make you enough money or not, and follow all the guidelines. So I hope this information is helpful. I hope you use it to become a Walmart seller in 2023. There's plenty of opportunity out there. You just have to make sure that you've established your account. There's another series that talks about, selling on Walmart. So you can follow that series as well to help you on your journey to becoming a full-time Walmart seller. So share this out with a friend. Let somebody else know about this series of becoming full-time on any of these selling platforms or just becoming a full-time e-commerce seller, so that way they know what it takes to be able to become that seller and to make this their full-time gig, especially for those people that may have been laid off or those people that, are looking to leave their 9 to 5, or maybe they've been at home for a while and they're just looking to make some money so they don't have to go back into the workforce. I hope that you all have an amazingly blessed, extremely focused, and highly profitable day. We're going to say goodbye for now, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.